y'all, if you've seen the last video, by the way, I'm sure you can hear it. She's thundering and lightning and raining. I thought I was about to get to mow the yard, but good Lord had different plans, okay? So it's raining, it's probably loud. I got the microphone, hopefully it's gonna cut it out, but my luck, it probably won't, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, if you've seen the last video, look at her, baby. Woo, that green bee popping. She popping. A little crooked. Hey, this tripod don't like me. But the green's popping. Last video, we got the cab sanded, sanded, primed, painted, and we went ahead and painted the whole bed, except for the roll pan. Ran out of green paint, okay? I got green paint on the way. It's supposed to be here today. Probably won't be here today. It don't matter if it does today or not, because we ain't painting with that green paint today. What I do got, follow me right over here. Hey, you're supposed to come with me. Let's see what we do got. Oh man, I got crap everywhere, boy. Is that it? Nope, that's paint. Just throw that in there. Get in there. Sorry, I got crap in the way. Big box here. Anybody idea what that is? Oh, I'm dropping stuff. It's brand new and I'm dropping it. That's not too smart. Luckily, it was just a hardware bag, I think. Hey, let me set y'all down, then I'll grab that, okay? Alright, y'all, it ain't as loud now, but how well can you hear me is the question. Because I might have messed up. I'm about to redo all of it. Hey, y'all supposed to come with me. Look. Oh, we got him. This goes up under the dash, mounts to the firewall, mounts to the dash here. It'll be up under the right there. Firewall, up under the dash. Is that right? Something like that. Yeah, firewall dash. This is for your brake pedal. Apparently I'm gonna have to rig up a brake pedal because I don't believe she come with me. Look at that beauty. Just look at her. Woo-wee. Hardware kit for blah, 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 blah. What's up, y'all? Look, I tried to do a funny little walking in, seeing the truck, thinking it was amazing, by also being surprised, and oh, she looks so good, blah, 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 green bee popping, blah, 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 all this other mess. Well, you can't hear it right now because it finally calmed down a little bit, but it'd been straight up daggum pouring down rain ever since I got out here, which ain't been long, but it started right before I come out here. Hopefully the worst of it's gone by. Even the microphone wasn't helping any of the audio. But y'all, that green bee popping, baby. She popping, look at it. Look at it, just look at it. All right, look, I got more. If you watched the last video, we ran out of green paint. It's supposed to be here today. Probably not going to be here today, but even if it don't, then it don't matter because we ain't painting with green paint today anyways. We ain't painting with nothing today. I do got some brake parts. All this right here. Whoop. I do got all this right here. That whole setup. Whatever these little brackets are. There's two more in there. That's the hardware kit. And got this. Goes up under the dash. There's my brake pedal hanging. Well, my brake lever. I'll have to rig up or something, a brake pedal. But that's what we're starting with today. That cover comes off back there, by the way. But she'll be somewhere around in here. It'd be nice if I put her up there, but I think it's going to be somewhere around a little lower. I was hoping to knock that hole out there, or at least use part of it. But as you can see, the firewall is only primed. And I had talked about doing the firewall and the inner fenders, all the gunmetal gray. I figured we'll go ahead and get this set up to where it's going to be, drill the holes, do all that. That way I don't have to do it after I paint the firewall. So we'll do all that at the very least. Get it all mocked up where it's going to be at, put it on, make sure it's good where it's at. And then I can at the very least pull the booster and everything off. And that way I'll be able to paint that without painting it and then cutting into it and all that mess. But that's our plan. We got that. I've still got a lot of brake line from projects before. I went ahead and bought extra because I knew I'd need it. Now hopefully we got the right amount of fittings and the right fittings. I will eventually have to get I will have to get the rubber, the flexible one on the back that goes up. Yeah. Old girl right there. I'll have to get that when I get to the back and all that. But we also got some rear disc brake conversion parts. So we have that also. Full brakes, man, front to back. Honestly, probably not even gonna mess with the front. I probably need to look at them and make sure at least don't need shoes, okay? At some point. Not starting off though. But that's where we're doing that's where we're at and what we're doing. So I guess let's see what's gonna happen with it. Also, if you don't know anything about 55 Fords, all those a little flat. Whoop, let me show you. Your brake reservoir used to be like up under a flap in the floor. So that big old thing ain't going up under there, okay? She's gonna be right over there on the firewall like the other newer vehicles and all that jazz. So after we get that on, mount it up and everything where it's gonna be, we'll have to start doing some lines, run lines down to our front two sides, and then run a line all the way to the back. That'll connect. And then a line from both sides into the block there, if that block's even any good. We'll have to, okay, one side, two side, and there's the flexi. It goes up. I'll have to figure that out. But first things first is look and see where this thing's gonna mount up at. First and foremost, get that out of the way. Need to figure out where. I'm gonna be nasty sitting up here, ain't nothing but overspray and. Oh yeah, it was a bad decision. But anyways, we need to figure out. Y'all see that last video where that tailgate got me? Boy, I'm still swollen up right there. That's terrible looking. And that was like 5. See the difference there? See how big and poofy that is? That daggone like 5-6 days ago. Anyways, stop your crying. I need some air conditioning. Look, I started crying a daggone again. Okay. Look. This contraption. This right here there's a lip on the back side. There, it'll go up in there. That plate goes on that yonder firewall there. We figure out exactly where we feel like our brake pedal needs to be, which, yes, let me see here. Got the gas pedal here. So, right around in here, somewhere's, probably not the best. So therefore, my steering wheel gonna come up through. Let's see here. It's gonna be pretty much impossible to do this one-handed, by the way. Let's see here. All right, I think something like that is about what we're gonna do. Because see that bigger hole there in the center. Steering shaft's probably, or this, yeah, steering column's probably not gonna come up through that hole, but it's gonna be at least right there, either coming through the firewall or the bottom part of the floor there. Probably have to end up drilling a hole up here closer, but we don't have one of those yet, so we're not worried about that yet. That is one hole that I guess I'll have to drill later on, but I think right here is about what we're gonna do. And oh, I'm losing it over here. No, I'll probably scoot it over just a little bit. Heck yeah, your kit also come with a brake switch that goes in there. Yeah, go in there and all that. I ain't gotta worry about that later on. So I want to look and see if I actually have some. I guess this is to put on the other side of the firewall, I assume. And we got our bolts. I'm about to see if we got some instructions. That way, make sure I don't screw something up here. But yeah, no, we're just winging and dinging if we ain't got no instructions. I feel like I could figure it out, but if they got instructions, I'll glance at them to make sure I ain't messing something up. So, you know, of course we don't have no instructions, so we just winging and dinging, okay? Took the little protection cover off of the back of it here. She was covering this boot here. So these are the bolts that will go through the firewall. Which will be, you know, if I can do it one-handed. Be something like this. Mounted up through as obviously the firewall pinched in between the two. I have no idea what these are technically for. Maybe that. And bad thing is I have two sets of them, or two pair of them. So I don't know if this needs to go there. I don't know if them bolts are long enough for all that nonsense. I don't know. I think maybe they sent me one pair too many. I'll say that might need to go there. Possibly. Who knows? But. Looks like I need to get her where I want her. Put a couple bolts in this mounted to the dash here. That way I can mark my holes where they're gonna be. I measured this boot. This is like 2 1/4. I have a 2 1/2 inch hole saw here. So, as long as we get her in the right spot, we ought to be fine. I hate that it's not gonna be exactly in one of them spots that's already had a hole there. I hate it. Oh well. Let's see what we can do. All right, so as you can see, hopefully, it's got a little dark, All right, so right here, if you can see, I drilled a hole through there and I put a nut through it, tightened it up as tight as I can to pull that to the firewall as much as possible. That way there's no chance of it moving while I drill my other 3 holes and get everything set up where it needs to be. So that's what we're doing. So I got the 4 holes drilled for the main mounting there. Right here. Got the 4 holes drilled, bam, 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 bam. And I've got to cut that center out where that boot and rod and everything can come through. So I've got a 2 and 3, 2.5 inch hole saw bit. The circle on the inside of that mount is 2 1/4, I believe it is. So what I'm doing is I'm on the firewall side. I'm gonna take my tape measure and go from center to center crossways. And I just looked, and I'm gonna check it again, don't worry. But I'm pretty certain it's 4 3/4. Let's see, get me some witnesses here. Not like you can stop me before I actually do it. But center of that one, the center of that one is, looks like 4 3/4. Then that one's the same. So what I'm gonna do, without holding the phone, because I'll have more hands then, I'm gonna hold this up there. 4 3/4. Half of 4 3/4 is 2 3/8. So I'm gonna get my tape measure held up there nice and still. You know, probably ain't gonna be too still, but I'll shake your hands. I'm gonna get her up there. Mark 2 3/8, and I'm gonna swap to the other diagonal. Mark 2 3/8. Make sure she's hitting on the same spot. And then make sure she's hitting on the same spot, and then that's my center. And then I'm gonna start drilling, and I'm gonna drill from the firewall side real lightly until it just gets through the thing there, then I'll pop it out, because I would rather not take my mount back off. I guess because I'm lazy. I don't know. No other reason. I don't know. I guess because I'm lazy. Woo, doggy, she worked. Look at her, baby. And she's still a little toasty. That's why I got her on my punch. And then I dropped it in the floor again where I just picked it up at. Gummit, boys, all up in here. I need some air conditioning. Somebody sponsor me. I need some air conditioning. Fat boys perspirating. Oh, right, look. She almost looked professional if, you know, we didn't have this hole here. And I sand it just a hair and throw a little primer on her or something. But hey, that ain't terrible. That ain't terrible. Now, make sure there ain't no burrs or anything like that on there. Then might just have to set this little thing up there, see what she look like. But look at her. Woo! First thing on the firewall that we're gonna take back off. You know, that way she don't get paint on her. But it looks good. I do have a problem though, and I just realized. See this little bracket here? That inner fender mounts to that. And I can't remember exactly if it bubbles up or what, like, because see that tiny gap there between the bottom of this and the top of that bracket? And then we got a line that comes out here, and one looks like in the back there. Worst case scenario, I'll take this off, this mount here, put this, hang it off this side, and then just have to remake these lines to go over to it or something. That's worst case scenario. But she ain't moving from right there, okay? So let's just check mark that off the list, okay? I don't think I ever said who this come from. Classic Performance, CPP is who this kit came from. I just wish they'd have given a little instructions. Alright, so up in here, this attaches there, but it's threaded, so I'm not exactly sure how I gotta do that. Is there a... Okay, I got you. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Alright, so this right here was hanging off of this, right? What you do is you unclip that. It's kind of hard one-handed, especially when some of my fingers is in the way. Dadgum you, come up off fire, Satan. Ah, there we go. But after you do that, you can, she just pulls right out. So now, I get my brake pedal thingamadooger out the way. I thread that on there. You know, just twist her on there, tight as I need it, adjustable wise. And I stick that mug back through there. Hold her in the thing, clip her down. That's pretty sweet right there. I like that. You know, it took me way too long to figure that out. It's just a few minutes, but still made me feel bad. Note to self. Like I said, we was taking the booster back off and everything. I didn't leave myself enough room to have that off of that and screw that on there because it sticks out so far to begin with, even with the pedal all the way back as far as I can get it. So we'll leave her wang dangling on there for right now. Then when we pull that off, I'll pull that off and go ahead and thread it on there. That way, when next time we put it in, all I have to do is adjust it. It'll already be on there and I won't have the same issue. So, all right. We do got to figure out something about a pedal. I need to look on the website or something. Or do we try to make our own? That would be kind of cool. Do we try to make our own? But like I said, I had 4 of these. I only used 2. Look, we'll get a bolt. Put this mug on there. And that could be the base of it. There, there. No, I don't know. Or do we weld them together? I have that bolted on, the other one welded on the bottom. I can't do it one-handed, so you don't get to see that idea too well. Uh-oh. Can we do it? Have that bolted on. And then that be the base. You know, I'm on to something here. I think I can make that work. I do. Yeah, baby. Alright, weld that mug up like it right there. Get a bolt to go through here. And through there. Probably have to waller a hole out. What do you think about it? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? I don't know. I mean, save me some money, use stuff I already got. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. But right now she's mounted in and looking good, She ain't going nowhere. I guess now to open some more boxes. All right, and inside this box, there's a bunch of other boxes. We have disc brake conversion brackets, caliper, I assume what would be some rotors. Apparently I have not opened those. Hey, look, rotor. So I guess we need to jack this thing up and get them wheels off. That just scares me back there with that tailgate dangling like that. All right, let's see what we got here. bet those ain't gonna want to come off. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Look how nasty that crap is. She been sitting a while, y'all. Them daggum pads is about brand new. So bad all that's getting gone, ain't it? Now I gotta take all this mess out. Every bit of it. All right, and there she is. Everything taken off of it. There is everything from one side. So I'm gonna take a wire wheel to that, spray it down, wipe it off. Let's see what she turns out like. Y'all, can you tell me why I bothered using a wire wheel to clean that up? I mean, I gotta take that off. What a dummy. I'll get back with y'all. Alright, y'all, so I'm a little irritated. Like I said, she didn't come with no instructions. I finally found a picture showing how it goes together, but it's not for this kit. It's for one a lot similar, which is the Speedway Motors kit, which apparently this is probably a cheaper knockoff version of theirs, you know what I'm saying? But I got my old pins knocked out. It's got the picture I found shows this bracket right here on like this. I've got two going through the hole there. These two are close. Like very close, but they will not start through the hole. I've moved it and wiggled it and all that. It just don't seem like it's gonna happen. I might have to get my drill with a little carbide bit and kind of do a little grinding on the inside of that hole just to knock off that lip, just to get it in there. Okay, she's not, can't really see it because of the axle there. I mean, it's like so close. Let me turn it around. So look at it. It's so close. And then that one's the same way. What's up, y'all? It's the next morning. I come out here bright and early, did a little research. Found a couple pictures, still nothing that I really wanted or felt like I needed to find, but I found a couple videos that wasn't on this kit because this kit has no name because it's a cheap brand. But kits that are pretty much identical because they kind of stole the design, I would say. But so I had my brackets right yesterday. My biggest thing was I had the wrong caliper, and I was holding it up there trying to hold it up the wrong way. Here's what we got so far. So just look at it, boy, it looks pretty good, don't it? So everything's not like completely torqued down or anything, but my brackets was right. It's just I had the wrong caliper. I was trying to use this one. And, you know, I talked about having the bleeder to the top. For some reason, I was trying to put it on like this. I think I was just a little loopy, delusional, or whatever. Been messing with it for too long. But I was trying to use it like this. See, bleeder up. And then this front hole here is bigger than that back hole there. Also, this plate right here is threaded for this bolt that goes through, and it comes through the back. So you gotta have that plate just right on the inside of that, and it goes through and threads to that and holds that. Like I said, it's not torqued down, it's just up there and in place, making sure that I got my spacing right. I ended up just having to use that one bigger spacer right in there. Also, let's see if I see it in here. Alright, also, them bolts, the bolt heads are right here. I had that one right there was touching just a few minutes ago. I took the caliper off and I just put little spacers behind the calipers to hold it out just a hair. So with that and that the bigger spacer, instead of using these little tiny ones, she's all right now. So I just gotta make sure everything's torqued down and all that. We're good on this side, then we can jump to the other side. What's going on? I'm back. By George, I'm back. You seen that we got this side done. I showed it to you. Well, I came out early this morning and worked on the other side. I still got a mess over here from working on it. Just look at her. Ain't she purty? Ain't she purty? So, we got the power brake booster and reservoir, all that crap mounted up. Got our our brake lever in. We ain't got a pedal right now. But she's looking good up here. Got the whole brake conversion in the back. And I've been sitting around and looking and trying to figure out. I was going to go ahead and start running some brake lines. So I'll just go ahead and be honest with you. I was going to start doing it. But, well. I had to order some stuff, so. If that stuff comes in time, maybe we can throw it in this video. If she don't come in time, then this is probably the end of this video. But, woo. My bad. But, well, I'm curious. Them daggum Lincoln wheels is real ugly. And I got my eye set on some wheels. Well, I got between 2 or 3 different sets of wheels. 2 or 3 different styles. Not exactly sure what I want to go with. But I got some 18-inch Mustang wheels on the old Lincoln out here. I'm thinking about stealing one and throwing it on that back corner right there just to see what it looks like with the color. That's what I'm thinking. Well, right here is about what she'd look like. That's still up in the air. Mostly because I'm not throwing no lug nuts on that because, well, she'd have to have a spacer because this is a pretty flush mount wheel. And she's not even all the way back against my drum, and she's hitting the inside back there. So we'd have to have a different offset anyways, or kick a spacer on it and pull it out just a little bit. But honestly, that's not, I don't know. There's a spacer on the front of it. I mean, I guess I could pull that spacer off and see right quick. All right, stole the spacer. I got her on there and sitting down now. I mean, I don't hate it. Obviously, the front's sitting up higher than it will. She ain't got no weight up there, okay? But that's what she looks like with them on there. Like I said, I don't hate it. I don't necessarily love it,